Hello. As you all know, I am going to teach you today applications of Gauss theorem. Applications of Gauss theorem. In that, very first we are going to calculate electric field due to a point charge. Electric field due to a point charge. So what we did for that, suppose that you have a charge Q. You have a charge Q. Due to that, you have to find out intensity of electric field at point P. At point P. Let you have a charge Q. Due to that, you have to find out intensity of electric field at point P. For that purpose, what you taken? You taken an imaginary Gaussian surface around that. Now the question arises: what is Gaussian surface? Any imaginary three-dimensional surface which you take to find out electric flux, right, is known as Gaussian surface. Is known as, it is imaginary surface. So what you did, you have to find out electric potential. You have to find out electric potential at point P due to charge Q, which is at small r distance. Which is at small r distance. So as you know, due to cluster charge, intensity of electric field is always outward. Intensity of electric field is always outward. And area vector dA, that is also perpendicular to the surface. Again I want to repeat. We are going to discuss about applications of Gauss theorem. In that very first, electric field due to a point charge. You have to calculate electric field due to a point charge. Suppose that you have a point charge Q. Due to that, you want to calculate the intensity of electric field at point P, which is at small r distance. Which is at small r distance. So you taken a spherical surface. Spherical surface around that of r radius. That is a Gaussian surface. That is a Gaussian surface. In that Gaussian surface, you taken a small area element dA. And as you know, due to positive charge, electric field is always outward, perpendicular. So it is E and dA both are in same direction. If I say you find out electric flux d phi equal to E dot dA. E dot dA. As you know, intensity of electric field and area vector both are in same direction. So angle between them is 0. Angle between them is 0. So it is E dA. E dA cos 0. The value of cos 0 is 1. So d phi equal to E dA. E dA. Now, what you have to find out? You have to find out total electric flux passing through this Gaussian surface. Just now you taken a small area element dA. Now you want to find out whole electric flux passing through whole. So what you will do? You will integrate both the sides. So d phi integration is phi, and here you are going to take E dA. This is symbol for is constant. You are going to integrate only dA. You are going to integrate only dA. dA, what is dA? Area. What is whole area of the sphere? Area of the sphere is 4 pi r square. Area is 4 pi r into 4 pi r square. This is your area of the sphere. 4 pi r square. What value of phi? Phi equal to Q upon epsilon naught. This is according to Gauss theorem. What is Gauss theorem? Electric flux through any closed surface is 1 upon epsilon 0 times total charge enclosed by the surface. किसी भी सरफेस से पास होने वाला जो इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स है उसके द्वारा इनक्लोज चार्ज का हाउ मच चार्ज इनक्लोज हियर क्यू 1 upon epsilon 0 times होता है. Q upon epsilon 0 times equal to E into 4 pi r square. So E equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon r square. This is formula for intensity of electric field due to a point charge. Due to point charge Q, if you want to find out intensity of electric field at point P, which is at r distance, that is E equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon r square. Again, I want to repeat. This is a charge, due to that you want to find out intensity of electric field at point P. For that you taken a r radius sphere around that is named as Gaussian surface. On that Gaussian surface you taken a area element dA. dA is outward, intensity of electric field is outward, the same sense, so d phi equal to dA, dA cos 0, d phi equal to E dA. This is due to electric flux passing through small area. But you have to find out due to whole area. So for whole area you integrated both sides. E dA. E is constant, you can take out. Integration of d phi dA 4 pi r square, because area of whole sphere is 4 pi r square. As you know, I phi to Q upon epsilon. So you written here. So equal to, this is your formula for intensity of electric field due to a charge. Now we are going to discuss. I hope everybody noted. Please try to understand each and everything nicely. Any problem in comments you can tell us that I can change something. Now you see here, this is very, very important derivation for board exam. Electric field due to an infinite line of charge. Electric field due to infinite line of charge. Before I discuss about that, I like to tell you three terms. Lambda, linear charge density, charge on per unit length. Charge on sigma, areal charge density, charge on per unit area. Rho, charge on per unit volume. Charge on per unit length, linear charge density. Charge on per unit area, areal charge density. Charge on per unit volume, volumic charge density. So these all are charge density. Now, let you have to find out electric field due to an infinite line of charge. Let you have an infinite line of charge like this. This is an infinite line of charge. It has positive charge. It has linear charge. This is lambda. Suppose that you have to find out electric field due to a charge. What are you going to do? You take a imaginary cylindrical Gaussian surface around that. Okay? Imaginary Gaussian surface around to that. Imaginary Gaussian surface you taken in a form of cylinder. In a form of cylinder. So you can see when you take this imaginary Gaussian surface in form of cylinder. So if you take area element here, dA, then as you know, due to positive charge, intensity of electric field is outward. So dA and E both are perpendicular to each other. Both are. So electric flux passing through this surface is 0, because theta will become 90 and cos 90 equal to 0. If we see electric flux passing through this area and this area, similarly this area, then same way here also dA and E both are perpendicular to each other. So no electric flux is going from these surfaces. Electric flux will pass only for curved surface of the cylinder. So you see here in curved surface of cylinder, if we take area element dA, then dA and E both are parallel to each other. dA and E both are parallel to each other. So d phi equal to E dot dA. d phi equal to E dot dA. And as you know, the angle between E and dA is 0. So you can write E dA cos 0. Cos 0. Right? E dA cos 0. Now cos 0 equal to 1. Cos 0 equal to 1. So d phi equal to E dA. Now this is electric flux passing through only this small area. Again you want to find out electric flux passing through whole cylinder. Whole cylinder. What are you going to do? You are going to integrate. So please integrate both sides. As you integrate d phi, it will become phi. Here, E dA. E you can take out. dA. dA is the area of cylinder curved surface, not whole surface. What is curved surface area of 2 pi r L? 2 pi r L. So integration of this is E into 2 pi r L. Phi equal to E into 2 pi r L. As you know, by the Gauss theorem, electric flux passing through any closed surface is 1 upon epsilon 0 times total charge enclosed by the surface. So here total charge enclosed by the surface is linear charge density lambda, length is L, so lambda L. Otherwise, if you want to write according to Gauss theorem, here you can write Q upon epsilon naught normally. What is value of Q? As I told you, lambda equal to Q upon L, linear charge density, charge on per unit length. When a linear charge is there, then charge on per unit length is known as linear charge. So Q equal to lambda L. So you can write here lambda L upon epsilon naught equal to E into 2 pi r L. L cancel. So E equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon 0 r. This can be written as 1 upon 2 pi epsilon naught lambda upon r. Here I like to tell you one suggestion. If you multiply and divide it by 2, the equation will become like this: 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2 lambda upon r. It is more useful for numerical purpose. After some time I will explain you also numerical. E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 lambda upon r. In numerical you want to utilize 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. You know 9 into 10 to the power 9. 2 lambda upon r. Now the derivation will become like this. But this is for numerical purpose. So I hope you all understand. Right? Thank you for joining class. Right? I hope you all are getting something. Please join classes regularly and I will try my best also. Thank you.